Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of 7 Billion Humans. This week, we're in the middle of working out the mode code here. So, where were we? Yeah, come on. Okay, this is where we were. Now, I have a suspicion that the reason this is failing is because they're bumping into each other, right? Because the first person that went through, their number was fine. There was subsequent numbers that weren't working. So it's not a terribly elegant way to do it, but I reckon we'll just put a weight in. Yeah, so what we'll do... And now, if I can remember exactly what my code does here, if you've got nothing here, go and jump to this point. Otherwise, you're going to do a calc, step, and jump. So that's going to be to work out a thing. Fine. Then you're going to start going upwards. First of all, though, I want everyone to separate themselves by a certain number of spots. So if that equals nothing, you're going to jump out of here. Otherwise, calc and step. I'm going to add... The problem is that's going to arithmetically increase each time, but... I'm just going to say mem3 equals 0 plus 1. Mem3 equals mem3 plus 1. I'm just gonna add 3 lines, which just add 3 steps to the people that come behind us, and see if that improves the resiliency of it. And this will arithmetically increase the gap as we go along. But we're not really going for efficiency here anymore. So each of them are going to do this calc, right? So the second guy is now 3 steps further behind the first person. Yeah. And the... Oh no, that does actually work out quite nicely. Yeah. So the third person is now 3 steps behind the second person. 3 steps further behind the second person. So let's see if 3 steps further is enough to stop them catching up. And do you know what? It does. Oh, no. Number 2 is catching up number 1 there. They might have touched. No, we still didn't get it right. Ah, I could have sworn that would have worked. The fact that they're going along the same path shouldn't affect. Number 4 is getting pretty close to number 3 here. Oh, yep, okay, number 3, pulling away. Oh no, but now he's got 3 2s in a row. Right, so now this person has caught up to him accidentally. But should that really make a difference? Is that really going to do anything? Okay. So Little Mama's got 7. How many zeros do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's wrong. It's wrong. Why is it wrong? Down, up, down. Is it because you missed the ones when you change direction? No, she should have missed 2 then. Or maybe you missed the ones at the top of the list. So, okay. We'll leave those lines in. Oh, no. Get rid of those lines. I was hoping that that would be a neat way to just space them out and that would work. But let's have a look. Step, step. Right, and then you're going to start the subroutine. If what is below you is not nothing, for as long as what's below you is not nothing, otherwise take a step. Ah, yeah, right. They're not doing the calc on the turn. They're not doing the calc on the turn. So actually, can we move the calc out of loop? Because you're jumping back out of loop here. Ooh. Maybe. It's this if condition, isn't it? It's basically, if what's below you is not nothing, I think you want to add the calc and then choose where to step. Is that neater? So we've stepped onto the grid. If what's below you equals mem1, then mem2 equals mem2 plus 1. Right? Otherwise, then choose where to step. Right, and then choose where to step. So if what's below you is not nothing, step down and then jump. Otherwise, step to the right. Yeah, so I think we can move this out to here. Otherwise, you're going to step to the right. And then, if where you are is a calc, if what's above you isn't nothing, step up and then jump. Otherwise, step to the right. If where you are is nothing, that's fine. Right, okay. I think that works now. I think that's worked. We were ignoring items on the turn. And the fact that they're bumping into each other shouldn't matter now. Nice. Ah, brilliant. And they're not even terribly slow. Okay, last level on the orange floor. Terrain leveler. Leveler or lever, did I say? Let's all imagine you have a sandbox and you carefully build some tall sandcastles. And you dig some deep holes and then the older kids come along and shake the whole sandbox like an earthquake. And you're left with a perfectly flat plane of sand. That's what we need to do to this data. Calculate the average of all the cubes in the room and write that value to all the cubes. Calc allows us to divide? It does. We don't have any memory bits to be able to store values. But I don't think that matters. I think we'll just use the bits at the top. So what my plan is here, everyone's already in their correct column rather. They're going to walk up, they're going to add up everything. Right? They're going to add up everything in their column. They're going to write that number, including itself, into that top box. And then whoever's on the left is going to walk down, add all the numbers up, walk back, divide it. And then he's going to start going down his column, and then this person will look to the right, this person will look to the right, etc, etc, etc. After he says ready. That's my plan. Let's work it through. So, for as long as where you are is nothing, step up. Yes, if where you are equals nothing, step up until you reach a data cube. Okay, set everyone's memory 1 to equal 0. I don't even know if you actually need to initialize that. What you need to do though is then okay, you are going to get to line number 4 when you're now standing on a cube. So, you need to go... If what is above you is not nothing, mem1 equals mem1 plus the number that you're standing on. And then step upwards and then jump. And then if it is nothing, if what is above you is nothing, then mem1 still equals mem1 plus what's in your current spot. Pick up what's in your current spot, write mem1 to it, and then drop it. Okay. Now everyone is going to be standing in a line. But not necessarily all at the same time. But we can work it out though, because if what is to the left of you is nothing, right, else you're going to be listening for ready or go, okay? So everyone else is going to then start listening for go. You, my friend, are going to take what is in mem1. You are now going to step that way. Nah, just get you to step up. Right. You're going to step that way. And you're going to calc. Mem1 is going to equal to mem1 plus what is beneath you. And then you're going to step, and you're going to step, and you're going to step. And you're going to do that for as long as you're going to step up first. And you're going to step to the left, do this. Step to the left, do this. You're going to do that for as long as that is a data cube. Right, and then you're going to jump back. If there is not a data cube... No, I've done that the wrong way round, haven't I? Wait, hang on. We're going to step up. We're going to see, is that a data cube? If so, step and calc. Is that a data cube? Yes. Step and calc. Is that a data cube? Yes. Step and calc. Alright, is that a data cube? Yeah. Step and calc. Is that a data cube? No. Fine. You're going to go... Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, 4, 5, and then 6. You are going to do a calc, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are dividing a number by 49. Mem1 equals Mem1 divided by 49. And you know what? Let's make that Mem2 just for debugging purposes. Mem2 equals calc Mem2 minus 49. And what you are going to do is you are going to pick up your box. You are going to pick up your box. No, do you know what? At this point, I think you can then just jump to the other subroutine. Everyone else is listening. Ah, no, wait, actually no. The first person is special, still. And it's going to be for as long as what's below you is not nothing. You are going to pick up your box. Actually, it's what is where you're standing is not nothing. You are going to pick up your box. You are going to write Mem2. You are going to drop it, and you are going to step down. And then you're going to jump from there to there. Everyone else, oh yeah, and then you are going to tell everyone, go. Everyone else is going to have an if condition. If what is to the left of you is a worker, you are going to do nothing, and you are just going to recheck until there isn't a worker there. Otherwise, you are going to set Mem2 equal to the number that is to the left of you. Pick up, write Mem2, drop, step. Yeah, you can now jump into this subroutine here. And that might solve it. Okay, first time we hit go, no debugging having been done yet. Oh no, oh no, what have they all done? What have they all done? That's no good at all. I didn't do a jump here. If Mem2 set this, you need to jump. You need to add a jump there. Right. Debug 1. Okay, they're all adding their numbers up. So this person, for example, adding up very nicely. And they're all going to write their numbers now. Okay, now you're going to add 26, yes, and 11, Well, this is going incredibly well so far. Everyone else is listening. Now everyone's going to write 2 into all of these numbers. Looks like it's going okay. You guys did really average. That's a pretty good compliment. Nice! That one was okay, actually. That one was okay. And we averaged it in 91 seconds, which is not bad at all. 1 second over. So that is orange path complete. Not very many levels now. We are into phase 4. Data flowers. Everybody look to the left, everybody look to the right, look up, down, to the left, up and to the right. Let's hope you are more agile. You've got a new command. For each direction. Use this command to quickly scan each of the 8 tiles around each worker. I suggest they call this command sit and spin. But no one ever listens to my good ideas. See those groups of data cubes, add up the values of the data cubes in each group, and write the result in the center of each one. Right, so they are in their correct columns already. You got a new command, for each dir. Workers can use this command to easily scan each of the 8 tiles around them. Repeat for each of the 8 directions around a worker, useful to scan and evaluate your surroundings. The contents of each tile around you will be placed into a memory slot, not a direction. If a tile you're scanning is empty, your memory slot will store the value nothing. So the contents will be placed into a memory slot. So the contents are going to be the sum of the numbers, I guess. Well, anyway, you're all going to pick up the cube below you. You are going to... okay. The only way that opposite corners are going to trigger here... no. The only way that all 4 opposite corners are going to trigger is if you're in the correct spot. The only way both top and bottom is going to trigger is if you're in the correct spot. So we'll say if the top of you is a data cube and below you is a data cube. Yeah, otherwise you're going to step upwards and jump. Okay, so if the top of you is a data cube and the bottom of you is a data cube, then for each direction as mem1, then you're going to write mem1 and then you're going to drop it. So they all looked to their top right. Repeat for up to each of the 8 directions around a worker. The contents of each tile around you will be placed into a memory slot, not a direction. Okay, do we do for each dir? Like, let's move that out here. For each dir as mem1, calc mem1 equals... or mem2 equals mem2 plus mem1. And then we write out mem2. Let's try that. Okay, for each is an implicit loop. Got it. Good. Right. Now we have local maxima. Maximums. Not a word, game. Not a word. Let's all look around the room together. Who's the nicest worker? Who's the most generous? Who's the best looking? Who is most likely to be careless and dive right into a shredder? Who eats the loudest at lunch? Yes, I'm sure we're all very good at picking the most extreme thing out of a group of things. So each of you please go stand in the middle of a group of data cubes and use your new ForEach command to identify the largest data cube in that group, pick it up and shred it. Yes, I was voted most likely to leave a trail of broken hearts and document them on a spreadsheet. So far, so good. Okay. So, each person's going to step twice. So, for each direction as mem1. If mem1 equals... we are going to say... if mem1 is bigger than... set mem2 equals 0. If mem1 is bigger than mem2, set mem2 equals mem1. Otherwise ignore it, and you're going to do that for each direction of mem1. That will identify you the biggest one. Can you then just go straight away and say, pick up mem2? I guess you can. Mem3 is nearest shredder, give to mem3. And then probably step, how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step out in a random direction a couple of times so you get out of the way of everyone else. Oh, actually, step back to mem2. Except for the fact that mem2 has been thrown. Ah, do you know what? Step back to mem1. Easy. Okay, so they're bottlenecking around the fact that they can't all get to the shredder at the same time, but otherwise, sort of okay. Neighbourly sweeper. Where do all you people go each night? I just assume you sleep in a pile in the basement. Yes, I see, you have little houses. And I assume each house is assembled next to some other number of little houses, and this forms a little neighbourhood with sporting events and bake sales and community theatre. Yes, I'm glad you have things to look forward to. The important thing is, we are able to quantify proximity. For each cube below, record how many neighbours it has in the 8 adjacent tiles and write that number on the cube. Your if command sees data cubes only if they're on the floor. If you try to query a tile that contains a worker who is holding a data cube, your if command will report the tile as not having a cube. Well, the easiest way to deal with that would be to do it in 2 phases. We're going to do the left-hand people first, and then we're going to do the right-hand people first. Yeah. So if what is to the right of you equals a wall, you are just going to listen to go. Otherwise, you are going to step and step. Okay, and that's going to put you here. And now for each direction as mem1, first of all, you're going to reset your mem1 counter, your mem2 counter rather, to 0. For each direction as mem1, if mem1 equals a data cube, mem2 equals mem2 plus 1. And that's it, and you just loop for each direction. Okay. And then you're going to step. Until you hit a wall. Until you hit a wall. Now, do we assume that you're all going to hit the wall at roughly the same time? Well, we could add some padding to that, yeah? Because there's a race condition, yeah? We need all 5 threads to finish first. And I'm a dirty programmer, right? So let's just add a wait 5,000 milliseconds, and that would probably be fine for most cases. So you're going to step, you're going to jump, jump, you're going to step. At some point you need to actually check if what is to the right of you now equals a wall. You're going to do a little calculation. Mem3 equals 0 plus 1. Mem3 equals mem3 plus 1. Okay. So we've added a 3-second gap there, and there's the fact that these guys are going to have to step twice as well. At which point you're going to tell everyone Yeah, you're going to tell everyone to go. Okay, now everyone who's been diligently listening, they're now going to jump to exactly the same thing, but now in reverse. So they're going to step this way, step this way. And yeah, okay. Yeah, it's going to be very similar, right? Mem2 is going to be reset for nothing for each direction as Mem1. If Mem1 equals a data cube, we're going to do a little calc. Mem2 equals Mem2 plus 1. And then a jump back. Outside the ForEach. To just jump and step. But we need to write it. We need to write it, yeah. So before you step, you are going to pick up the cube. You're going to write Mem2 to it, and you're going to drop it. And you're going to need to do the same thing here before you jump as well. Pick up the cube, write Mem2 to it, and then drop it. And that I don't know, let's see how far that gets. Not the fastest, because I should have added an if condition that says don't actually do any of that if you don't have a cube in front of you. But it means that they're more likely to all finish at the same time as each other, which is possibly convenient. I don't know. Oh, this is going to be close, actually. Okay, hang on, wait, everyone's got stuck. Oh, I've told them to wait for go. Go. Ah, no, that's not going to work. They went too early. Oh, it's allowed it though. Do you know what? Rather than adding that weight, I could have waited until there was a worker above and below each of them, actually. That would probably be the easier option, and I just need to check to see if you were literally the worker on the top or the bottom. But hey, a win's a win. Okie dokie, so that is gonna wrap us up for this episode of 7 Billion Humans. We're approaching the end game now for sure. Hope you are enjoying it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the episode. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.